let's see if we can get this for the third try. I'm having camera issues, so forgive me. Happy May! Today is May 1st, and I thought to kick off the new month, I would do a spring favorites / spring empties video. I don't do these very often because I don't change products up very often. And I did do a spring favorites last year, which I will link down below, but that was different categories. That was more like outdoors, clothes, wine sort of focused. This is more makeup, skincare, supplements, tools, and books. So if you are looking for recommendations on any of those things, stay tuned. I'm gonna kick off with the makeup category. But I started with the Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation. I like this one because it goes on very smooth. It doesn't like clump at all. I've used too many different liquid foundations to count, if I'm being honest, and this one goes on very smoothly. It's great coverage, and they have a ton of different colors to pick from. I actually had the Ulta gal do a swatch on me when I was first getting into Clinique and trying to figure out what shade I was. So I am Alabaster. It is allergy tested, 100% fragrance free, weightless, buildable, full coverage, and I have been using this since early last year, and it has continued with me. It was my wedding foundation. Cannot recommend enough. Next, I have a MAC lipstick. This is called Cream in Your Coffee, and it is one of the Maximal Sleek Satin Lipsticks. I like this one because it is a nice dark, like brownish pink color, and it doesn't look too fall. It's not really season specific. I am wearing it right now because I think it's a really good shade for work, to look professional. You want to have something on your lips, but you don't want to be too vibrant or too glamorous or anything like that. So I take this one to trade shows with me quite often. It stays on all day. It doesn't really smudge. I'm also not really kissing my husband during the day while I'm on a work trip, but it is a great option, and it's just a nice smooth formulation. Moving to hair care. If you can't tell, I have been growing my hair out, and I am getting to the point where it's almost tempting to chop it, especially now that we are just hitting May and it's already 89 degrees out here in Middle Tennessee. I like really easy styles. Right now I've got it pinned back. Usually it's up in one of those claw clips, but when I'm traveling I can't do that. So I need products that are gonna make my hair very easy to work with and make it look nice with minimal effort. First of which is an old favorite. And if you have been around since the early days of YouTube and influencers and vloggers doing favorite videos, I feel like this was really hot in like 2012. So it's an oldie but a goodie. It is the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In Conditioner. I love this. It has been my absolute staple must-have hair care product for over a decade now. And I just spritz it in when my hair is wet, blow dry. It minimizes flyaways. It protects my hair. It makes my hair feel great. It does 10 things instantly, which is why it's called It's a 10. I'm not going to read these out loud for you, but if you want to take a screenshot, this is all the goodness in the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In product. I also tend to not wash my hair as frequently when I am traveling for work because often I do not have time to go get a workout in, so I don't sweat, so really I don't need to. Whereas most of the time I'm horrible and I do in fact wash my hair every single day. So when I travel and I don't do that, my hair starts getting all oily and gross and wondering why I'm not washing it. So therefore I need the No Drought Lush Dry Shampoo. And it is literally just powder that you sprinkle into your scalp. It does a really good job, I'm not gonna lie. When I got my hair dyed back in October, I think, with the semi-permanent dye, I bought a specific brunette dry shampoo spray from, I think it was the Moroccanoil brand, and I thought it worked. I used it the first couple times at home, and I don't know if I didn't shake it well enough or what, but after a few uses, it started coming out so thick and pasty. I would spray it into my hair and like would not be able to massage it in enough. So that unfortunately did not take. But this one, I think I've had this bottle for a couple of months just because I don't travel all the time, and when I'm home I don't really need it. So this is definitely more of a travel option. This is like the third bottle that I've bought though, so it is good quality. You can depend on it. It will help you get rid of greasy hair. I feel like I'm very far away from the camera because we're trying to figure out new places to sit. Where I used to sit downstairs, in the rare situation that I would do one of these chatty videos, our cats decided to pee on the carpet. And even though we've cleaned it, if you have cats, You know what that means. I can no longer sit there. Okay, moving on. I just have 2 supplement related things that I'm going to talk about. And again, I'm just going to blanket statement this entire video. I am not sponsored by anyone. No one sponsors me. This is purely for fun. That said, the next product is from Beekeepers Naturals, and it is a propolis immune support throat spray. It actually tastes okay. It tastes like honey, go figure. Bee propolis is great for like immunity support, especially in the spring. I mentioned I have horrific allergies, and I can tell I am starting to get a little bit stuffy right now, but this helps just to coat everything, keep it smooth so you don't get scratchy, like the dry, scratchy throat at all. It tastes good. I feel like I'm doing something for my health when I use this. So you can find this at Target, Kroger. I don't think I've seen it at Publix. Check your local store, because I bet you'd be surprised. This Beekeepers Naturals also has lozenges, and I think a couple other like product formats that you can use to help with some of that. But I like the throat spray because it's small and I can throw it in my suitcase very easily. Next is a nifty little gadget, actually, that I got on Amazon. And I've had some trouble packing supplements, but it's a supplement like pill case, and it just slides open. Oh, I'm dropping pills. I didn't finish all of mine because I forgot over the weekend. So you just pop your pills in the little day of the week category. There's 7, go figure. And then it slides in, and that's it. They keep everything protected in there. I think it was maybe $12 on Amazon. If I can find it, I will link it down below. My only beef with this is that if you don't pay attention to where the little arrows are, notice they're on the top, not the bottom. I have opened this upside down on more than one occasion, and then you just have your capsules and your soft gels all over your hotel floor, which is gross. So just be mindful of the little arrows. I'm moving on to skincare. There's only a couple of products. The first is the Peter Thomas Roth Ultimate Solution Multitasking Eye Cream, and I pop this on right before I go to bed. I don't think it's specific to bedtime. Like, I know some of them you have to put on in the evening because light can disturb how they're absorbed. I don't believe this is one of those, but it says apply twice daily with continued use. I like it though, and I do notice a difference. I feel like I'm much brighter around my eyes when I use this, and it's a nice smooth foundational type of cream, and I'll show you. I just use a teeny tiny little bit. This is not gonna want to show you what it looks like. I get this at Ulta, and I know they do have bigger sizes. This is sort of a trial run for me, and I do like it. So I will get the bigger one, and I will let you know after a few more months of using it how I like it. Continuing on the Peter Thomas Roth bandwagon, I've been liking the Peptide Skinjection Daily Moisturizing Cream. This is like my wake up, wash your face in the morning, put a moisturizer on, and it's light, it doesn't make me feel groggy or sticky, and it's just a nice solid moisturizer. I've been using this one probably about the same time as the Ultimate Solution, and I've noticed a pretty good difference. My skin is much smoother. I just dropped the lid. Sticky side down in the carpet, and that's lovely. This is just a really nice, like, smooth moisturizer, and I like that it's weightless. Honestly, I did try another brand. Was it N07? It might have been N07, and I put it on a few days, and I noticed like my skin by early afternoon would get like damp. Like I would get sticky and like feel like my makeup was smearing all over. This does not do that. The final skincare item, and I actually got this in New York. If you follow Estee Lalonde, you will be familiar with Mirror Water. It is her brand. She has several different products. Now she's gotten into, I think, coffee mugs and t-shirts and a couple of other new things that have come down the line. So this is one of the original 3 though, and it is the Rub Solid Balm from Mirror Water. You can tell mine is well loved from the name rubbing off. I got this when she did a pop-up at The Well in New York City, and I like it. This is the second one I've gone through. I like it most of the time in like PMS phase of the month because I'm trying to relax and have like a you moment, you know. I use this and I'll do like my arms, I'll do my stomach, I'll do sometimes my shoulders because my shoulders can get a little like flaky, especially in the winter when it has been so dry. So I really like the rub. I would not recommend this for your face though, because I do get dry around my lips, like especially on the corners of my mouth, and I don't know why. So I thought this would help, and in doing so, I broke out like really bad. So that's the one area I maybe wouldn't put it. But as far as like hands go, legs, knees, if your elbows get chafed, this is an amazing option. And it smells really good too. I think, what's in this? Does it say? It's just such a great little balm. I will also say though, I'm gonna sneeze, hold on. The window has literally been open for about 8 minutes, and here we are. Anyway, Mirror Water Solid Balm is a great option for dry skin. So we've covered hair, we've covered skin, we've covered makeup. Gonna move on to a few random things, and I apologize if I keep sneezing, but here we are. I got on the toothbrush subscription bandwagon last fall after my root canal because that was an absolute nightmare, and if you've ever had to have a root canal, you have my sincerest apologies. It was a nightmare. And after that, I swore I would never have one again. So one of my friends recommended this brand called Burst, and they do toothbrush subscriptions where they send you a new head every 3 months. They also have like toothpaste, dental floss, teeth whitening strips, all that sort of thing. But for this favorites video, I am calling out the dental floss because this is the most amazing invention. First of all, why did we ever decide that satin was like the consistency that we wanted our dental floss to be? Because all that does is slip in between your teeth and make them bleed and doesn't actually get the food out. So yes, we are talking about dental floss because I am so obsessed with this. It's gonna be impossible to see this, but let's try. Come on, focus. It's like a thick, grippy material, and so rather than being like super sleek, it's actually kind of rough. And you might think, how does that fit in between your teeth? It does. And it actually grips the food in between your teeth. So I always thought flossing seemed kind of useless because one, I never did it, and two, whenever I did do it, I would floss, but then food would still be in between my teeth. And don't say you just weren't doing it right. I was doing it right. Having a grippy kind of dental floss, big shout out. Big shout out to Burst. I will link their website down below. They often have like coupon codes and stuff, so be sure to try to get one if you decide to sign up. Again, not sponsored. I really like this dental floss. I need to blow my nose. Continuing on, I do have one fragrance, and I usually don't wear a lot of fragrance. I have my Louis Vuitton that my husband got me a few years ago that I still use, and I wear that when we go out, but day to day, I don't really wear fragrance because I feel like I work from home. Who do I need to smell nice for other than myself? And I feel like I smell fine. So when I discovered this in a goodie bag after an event my husband and I went to, and it is the Powdery Hawthorn from Dossier, if I'm saying that right. Dossier? Dossier. The French speaker in me wants to say Dossier, but it's like aldehydes, neroli, orange blossom, hawthorn, heliotrope flower, and it smells just, I don't know how to explain it other than like a warm blanket. Like imagine it's almost like a vanilla musky, but not like spicy musky. I don't know, I just love it. I don't wear it every day, but I do, especially when I have a meeting. I notice that if I have a fragrance, it like boosts me up for the meeting. So anyway, I don't know where to find Dossier or Dossier. It was just in a goodie bag, but I bet you can find it online somewhere, and if I can, I will link it down below. I only have a couple of things left, one of which I did not use today. I used it the last attempt to film this video before my camera died on me. It is essentially a roller brush that plugs in much like a straightener or curling iron. I like this one though because I looked up the one that I kept getting Instagram ads for. I will admit this was 100% an influenced purchase. I don't know what inspired Instagram to start telling me I needed one, but I started seeing all these videos and I was like, all right, well my hair is not that frizzy. But I do struggle with whether to take a straightener or a curling iron on every trip I go on. So when I saw this one, I was intrigued, and I've never been able to use a roller brush and a hairdryer to get my hair to look big and full and bouncy, and I was doubtful. I was doubtful if this would actually work because a lot of these seem really gimmicky, and especially the fact that it was on Instagram and I was influenced to buy it. But I didn't buy that one. I went on Amazon and I found a cheaper version. So I'll link this down below, but again, this is the Wavy Talk. There were two versions. This is the newer one. They have a couple of different colors and I love it. If I can find a picture where I have used it, because I've only been using it for a couple of weeks now, I will insert it here. But it does a great job. It's so easy to use. Maybe I will do a tutorial upcoming on how to use this. But thermal brushes are like the hair tool of the future. That sounds so cliche. It's the tool of the future. But I would replace both my curling iron and my straightener with this. That's how good it is. Next, I have something that won't apply to most of you. If you have any kind of retainers that you wear at night, or I guess you could use jewelry in this, or a toothbrush as well. It's this little, I don't even know what brand this is, to be honest. I just found it on Amazon. It is a little like retainer cleaner. This is a very strange favorite to be sharing with the internet, but it does work, and I got it fairly cheaply on Amazon. It's just a little, like, stick your retainer in there with some water, and sometimes if you want to put like a cleaning tablet in there as well, and then you just hit the power button to turn it on. It does its thing for like 3 to 5 minutes, and it uses ultrasonic waves to clean your retainer. I got this because I did do Invisalign. I got Invisalign in 2017, 16. I had braces all as a kid, and then when it was time to wear my retainer every night, guess who stopped doing that halfway through high school, because no one likes to wear a retainer at night, and you should. So I got Invisalign almost a decade later, and it was very expensive, and it wasn't very fun because I had buttons on my teeth, which they don't tell you about in these commercials where they're like, oh, it's so clear you can't tell you're wearing one. If you have buttons on your teeth, you can absolutely tell that you're wearing one. Now, as an adult, I'm still using my Invisalign, like the end of the process retainers, to keep things in place, and I notice if I don't wear them a couple nights, like I feel like my teeth shift. So I looked at the Zima dental pods and a couple of other ones, and a lot of the reviews online and like threads on Reddit said those really expensive ones are just as good as the cheaper ones on Amazon. So I'll link this down below, but this is just, I think I paid maybe $45, $50 for this, which is half the cost of what some of these massive, like big brand name dental pods are. But you can also put your toothbrush in here if you have something that like sticks out. And then there's also a little tray that came with it that inserts here so that you can clean like rings or necklaces or anything like that. Kind of a neat, unique little tool. I feel like it looks like a Star Wars like robot. I don't know. Okay, 2 things left to share with you, and one is the book series that I have been absolutely devouring over the last, probably like 6-7 months, because there was the Hades and Persephone series, which I know I have talked about before. So Hades and Persephone series is like a play on Greek mythology. It's a love story between someone from basically modern world and Hades, but it's also just pure Greek smut, which I love. And then I realized there was a second series, and it was just the Hades series, and it's kind of like what Hades was doing in the background. Like, so the Hades and Persephone series mainly is Persephone's point of view, and I'm sure that I'm going to get comments or messages that I'm saying her name wrong, but that's just how it works in my brain. It's Persephone. This Hades series is like what he's doing in the background, like while she's off doing her newspaper thing, she's a writer, and while she's off doing whatever with her friends. So it's almost like a backstory, the same series, but a complement to it. So I am on a Game of Retribution, or rather I just finished a Game of Retribution, and I have 1 more to go, and then I will have finished all 7 books in the 2 series combined. So if you've been looking at these, or if you just like Greek mythology and you like a little smut, this is a great series. Be sure to check those out. Last but certainly not least, I'm going to share my favorite beverage lately, which, believe it or not, is not wine. It is the Spindrift Sparkling Waters. And I like these because it's literally just sparkling water and whatever flavor but the juice. It's not artificial flavors, it's not natural flavorings. It is carbonated water and lemon juice. No sugar added, only 3 calories a can. Whatever flavor you get, it's just water and that fruit juice. I've read that sparkling water from Spindrift is a lot cleaner than other sparkling waters that sometimes have heavy metals or other contaminants in them that you don't want to drink. But this is great for summer. It'll be good for warmer weather. I've liked it just because it's a nice alternative to alcohol in the evening. It also mixes well with alcohol, specifically tequila if you get the lime one. Can't recommend enough. I think they also have a mojito flavor. So Spindrift is killing it in the sparkling water department. And if you want something a little bubbly and fun, check your store because I bet you they have them. I'm going to wrap that up here. Those are all of my recent loves, current favorites, empties, what I'm reading. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I don't do these sit down and talk videos too often because I do feel like it's a little bit awkward and I'm not great at it, and I know my eyes kind of dart all over the place, so forgive me. I will be back to regular vlogging this coming week, so I will see you then. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.